All right, let's talk about your phone for a second. I want you to think about it not just as a gadget, but as your digital home, right? It's got everything in there, your photos, your private chats, your banking info, your whole life basically, sitting right there in your pocket. And that brings up a really important question.
It's a really simple question, but honestly, it's a powerful one. I mean, think about it. You lock the front door to your house every single day, probably without even thinking about it. But are you giving that same care to the front door of your digital life? Today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to check those digital locks.
So, first things first, let's really get a handle on what's at stake here. It's so easy to just think of our phones as, for scrolling social media or snapping photos. But the reality is, they've turned into these central vaults for our entire modern lives.
I mean, it is a literal treasure trove of data. We're talking about everything from your bank details, direct access to your money, to all your private conversations that pretty much map out your entire social world. So yeah, securing this vault, it isn't just a good idea, it's absolutely 100% essential.
Okay, so we know what we're protecting. Now let's talk about what we're protecting it from. And look, these threats aren't always some big, obvious thing. A lot of the time, they're sneaky, and they are incredibly common. We're going to walk through the four biggest ones right now.
First up is something I guarantee you use all the time: public Wi Fi. You're at the coffee shop, the airport, a hotel. You see that free Wi Fi network, and you connect. But that free connection, it can end up costing you a whole lot if you're not careful.
And here's the really scary part. These attacks can be shockingly simple. When you're on an unsecured network, all your data is basically traveling in the open, unencrypted. It's like sending a postcard instead of a sealed letter. Anyone on that network can just read it. And it gets worse. Hackers can set up their own fake free Wi-Fi hotspots with names that look legit, tricking you into connecting. Once you do that, they can see literally everything you do online.
All right, threat number 2. Let's talk about the things that actually make our phones so great, the apps. Now, most of them are totally fine, of course, but some can be like a Trojan horse, just sneaking all sorts of threats right in through your phone's front door.
And this danger can show up in a couple of ways. You could download a fake version of an app from some unofficial website, and bam, it's loaded with spyware. Or maybe you install a totally legit app, but it asked for way too many permissions. You really got to think about it. Does that simple calculator app really need access to your contacts in your microphone? Yeah, probably not.
Okay, our third threat has come a long, long way from those old, sketchy emails from a Nigerian prince. Today, it's all about smishing. That's phishing attacks that come through as text messages. And because they show up right next to texts from your friends and family, they feel way more personal and way more urgent. And I'm willing to bet you've gotten a message almost exactly like this. Scammers are smart. They use that sense of urgency, your package is delayed or suspicious bank activity, to make you panic and just click the link without even thinking. And that one little tap, that can be all it takes for them to grab your password or your credit card info. And for our final threat, this might be the most common one of all, and it's completely within our control. I'm talking about not keeping your software up to date. You know those little update notifications you're always ignoring? Well, ignoring them is like knowing one of the windows in your house is broken and just leaving it that way.
And here's why that is so important. When a company like Apple or Google pushes out a software update, a lot of the time they're literally patching up security holes that hackers have already found and are actively using. So if you don't update, you're just leaving those holes wide open for anyone to exploit. Seriously, think of it as a free, super easy upgrade to your phone's armor.
So you might be wondering, why are criminals putting so much effort into this? What makes our phones such a juicy target? Well, it really just boils down to a few key things. For one, your phone is always connected. You've got Wi-Fi, you've got cellular data, you've got Bluetooth. All of these are basically open doors for potential attacks. Your phone is never really offline. Second, and this is a big one, it's where the money is. Plain and simple. Getting into your phone can honestly be more profitable than robbing a bank these days. It is a direct line to all your banking apps, your saved credit cards, your payment info, everything. And third, it's just so incredibly personal. Hacking your phone isn't just about stealing money, it's about stealing your privacy. An attacker could potentially get access to your camera, listen in through your microphone, and track your exact location with GPS. That's a whole different level of violation. Okay, I know that was a lot of doom and gloom, but here's the good news. protecting yourself is nowhere near as complicated as it sounds. So now we're going to pivot. We're done with the problems. Let's talk about the solutions. This is your personal digital security toolkit. The absolute foundation of all your defense starts right here: how you lock your phone. Weak stuff like 1, 2, 3, 4, or even worse, no lock at all, that's basically just leaving the front door wide open. The goal is to layer on strong methods. We're talking biometrics, your fingerprint, your face, a really complex password, and please enable two-factor authentication on everything you possibly can. All right, here are 5 absolutely essential steps that are going to dramatically ramp up your security. Number 1, update everything. Your OS, your apps, all of it. Number 2, only use the official app stores. No sketchy third-party sites. 3, use a VPN when you're on public Wi-Fi. A VPN basically creates a secure, private tunnel for all your internet activity, making you invisible to anyone snooping around. 4, go through your app permissions once in a while. And 5, make sure Find My Device is enabled. That way, if your phone gets lost or stolen, you can track it down or even wipe it remotely. Okay, feeling a little more in control? Good, because now we're going to turn all this talk into action. I've got a super simple safety check for you that you can do in literally 5 minutes, right after this is over. Think of this as your homework, but seriously, do these 5 things right now. Go into your settings and hit Update if there's one waiting. Check the permissions for your top 5 apps, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you use most. If you aren't using Bluetooth, just switch it off. Double check that Find My Device is on. And I'm begging you, if your PIN is 1, 2, 3, 4, please, for the love of everything, change it right now. If you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this: staying secure isn't a one-and-done fix. It's a habit. It's all about building these small, consistent practices that over time add up to a really powerful defense. And that brings us right back to where we started. It's a simple idea, but it's a really good one. You lock your home every single day. The real question is, are you giving your digital life that same basic protection?